Welcome to Fame Factor. I'm your host, Sonia Lambert, and today we're diving deep into one of the most remarkable career trajectories in modern music history. This isn't just a story about fame, it's about artistic authenticity, creative courage, and the power of staying true to yourself in an industry that often demands conformity. Picture this: a 4-year-old girl sitting in her family home, composing her very first song. Not about princesses or fairy tales, but about falling into a black hole and finding happiness there. That child was Billie Eilish. And even at that tender age, she was already exploring themes that would later define her artistic identity. Darkness intertwined with light, finding beauty in the unconventional. From an early age, art, music, and performance weren't just hobbies in the Eilish household. They were fundamental to life itself. Billie's natural flair for creativity emerged through multiple channels. She began using her father's camera to capture moments, inventing songs and dances that reflected her unique perspective on the world. By age 8, she was actively participating in the local choir and enrolling in dance classes, activities that would serve as crucial outlets for her self-expression. But Billie wasn't alone in this artistic journey. Her brother Finneas, equally immersed in creative pursuits, started exploring his musical talents at just 12 years old, taking a songwriting course with their mother, Maggie. This early musical education would prove instrumental, propelling him to start writing and producing music. Before gaining widespread musical acclaim alongside Billie, Finneas had already appeared in well-known television shows like Modern Family and Glee, demonstrating that artistic expression ran deep in their family DNA. The foundation was being laid for something extraordinary, though no one could have predicted. We'll explore the wild world of fame, how it's earned, lost, and reinvented, through stories of icons, scandals, and the cultural forces that turned ordinary people into legends. From ancient heroes to modern influencers, discover how fame has always been more than just attention. It's power, myth, and survival. If bold, curiosity-sparking stories about famous celebrities like this grab your imagination, then you need to check out Fame Factor on Skoob, the AI-powered podcast app, delivering fast, binge-worthy episodes made just for you. Whether it's the rise of celebrity culture or the untold costs of living in the spotlight, Skoob makes history feel fresh, fast, and addictive. Download Skoob now from the App Store or Play Store and rethink what it means to be famous. Now, let's talk about a moment that would fundamentally reshape Billie's musical identity. Picture an 11-year-old girl perched on her bed, delving into a shared music library with her brother. This was no ordinary listening session. It was musical discovery in its purest form, often unaware of what tracks would play next. Then it happened. Her player shuffled to Heartbeat by Childish Gambino. In that instant, something clicked. The striking beats and lyrics didn't just play. They resonated within her, opening the door to a vibrant new world, hip-hop. From that transformative moment, Billie was completely enamored with the genre's power and rhythm. This wasn't casual appreciation. This was the kind of musical awakening that changes the trajectory of an artist's entire career. The timing couldn't have been more perfect. In 2015, as Billie's original track Ocean Eyes was making waves on SoundCloud, that same platform had become a treasure trove for fresh hip-hop innovations. SoundCloud was teeming with groundbreaking fusion styles, punk rap, mumble rap, emo rap, and trap, all cultivated by artists embracing a do-it-yourself ethos, much like Billie and Finneas themselves. Billie dove into this dynamic scene with unrestrained enthusiasm. She discovered and grew fond of artists like Tyler, the Creator, XXXTentacion, Ski Mask the Slump God, and Lil Pump. Artists producing lo-fi creations from their personal spaces, just like she was. But her hip-hop passion wasn't limited to underground artists. As a typical teen, she admired mainstream artists like Travis Scott, J. Cole, A$AP Rocky, and Drake. At one point, she even claimed The Motto as her favorite tune. Yet she also extended her appreciation to artists like Denzel Curry and Earl Sweatshirt, whom she humorously expressed a fangirl desire to have kids with in a 2018 tweet. What's fascinating is how Billie thrived on uncovering burgeoning talents. She lent her support to lesser-known artists like Lakely 47, Smino, Moses, Dominic Fike, and British rapper Mekhi Rain, formerly known as Crooks, who would later feature on her track Bury a Friend. Hip-hop wasn't her primary style as an artist, but it became integral to the Billie we recognize today. The genre's influence became evident in her clever lyricism, her unapologetic confidence, her distinctive fashion choices, her commanding stage presence, and those energetic mosh pit anthems that would define her concerts. As Billie herself recognized in an interview with the New York Times, hip-hop has left an indelible mark globally. She maintained that whatever individuals are creating, hip-hop has played a role in shaping it. This understanding would prove prophetic for her own artistic evolution. Let's rewind to August 8th, a date that would prove pivotal in music history, though nobody knew it yet. Billie Eilish and Finneas had the opportunity to perform at an intimate setting in Los Angeles, courtesy of So Far Sounds, a project renowned for promoting live performances by emerging artists. The scene was simple, but powerful. Finneas sat at the keyboard, dressed in a light brown t-shirt and jacket, while 14-year-old Billie sat beside him on a stool. Her hair was pulled back into a casual ponytail, and she wore a white sweatshirt with a flared pleated short white skirt. Her makeup was minimal, accessorized with large silver hoop earrings. But when she opened her mouth to sing, something magical happened. Despite being only 14, her voice resonated with remarkable grace and confidence, beautifully complementing Finneas's pared-down piano melodies. By the close of August, a video of their performance had been posted on YouTube, showcasing what many would later recognize as the undeniable emergence of a true star. This wasn't just another teenage performer. This was something different, something special. As 6 Feet Under continued to attract listeners, eventually hitting the milestone of 1 million plays, and different renditions of Ocean Eyes surpassed 20 million views, it became clear that lightning had struck. Billie embarked on her first tour, which included familiar territory in California, but also took her to San Francisco's The Rickshaw Stop, where she served as a supporting act for another rising solo artist, Mekl. Those early performances were raw and authentic. Photos from concerts captured a pre-stylist Billie, showcasing her love for baggy attire, standing at the microphone in an oversized white shirt and casual gray pants. Her long blonde hair was parted off-center, and the large ink-drawn crosses on her hands highlighted her underage status at the clubs. Yet her performance conveyed maturity far beyond her 14 years. According to the Sweet Soundbites blog review, her emotionally charged lyrics about heartache and damaged attachment made her seem much older than her actual age. This wasn't manufactured teenage angst. This was genuine artistic expression channeled through a remarkably mature musical sensibility. The momentum was building. By late September, Billie received an invitation to attend Teen Vogue's Young Hollywood Celebration event in Malibu, California. There, she posed for photos in a modest green t-shirt dress complemented by a matching pendant and a camo baseball cap worn over her pigtails. Despite being only 14, she confidently held her own among the city's rising teenage stars. The industry was starting to take notice. To understand Billie Eilish's creative process, we need to explore something truly unique about her neurological makeup. Both Billie and Finneas have synesthesia, a fascinating condition where one sense is simultaneously perceived as if by one or more additional senses. For Billie, this isn't just an interesting quirk. It's fundamental to how she experiences and creates music. In her world, everyone not only has a unique number assigned to them, but also a specific color and shape. This extraordinary perspective significantly influences her songwriting process by imparting a strong visual component that most artists simply don't possess. In a YouTube music video, Billie explained her creative process with remarkable clarity. While creating music, she remains conscious of various attributes like color, texture, day of the week, number, and shape. Each song exists in her mind as a multi-sensory experience. Take her hit song Bad Guy, for instance. To Billie, it has a vivid yellow and red color, resembling the number 7, feeling hot and warm as an oven, and smelling like cookies. Meanwhile, her song Zanny evokes an entirely different sensory experience, a velvety texture mixed with the sensation of smoke. This isn't metaphorical language. This is literally how Billie experiences her music. Understanding the profound impact of this condition on her artistry, Billie decided to share these synesthetic experiences with her fans. She orchestrated a pop-up event in Los Angeles, titled The Billie Eilish Experience, to coincide with her album release. Each song was given its own room, designed with unique attributes such as temperature, number, color, shape, texture, and smell, all embodying how Billie perceives her music. Fans had the opportunity to engage with these interpretations creatively. In the Bad Guy room, they could race toy cars through cookie dough and vegan milk. In the Zanny room, they experienced a smoke-infused atmosphere with throbbing bass. This wasn't just marketing. This was Billie literally translating her neurological experience into physical space, allowing others to step inside her synesthetic world. This unique perceptual gift helps explain why Billie's music feels so viscerally different from her contemporaries. She's not just hearing melodies and lyrics, she's experiencing entire sensory landscapes that she then translates into sound. Fame isn't just about being known. It's a mirror reflecting what societies admire, envy, and fear. From rock stars to Hollywood A-listers, the rise and fall of the famous tells us as much about ourselves as it does about them. If you're hooked and wondering, how did I not know this? Then don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to Fame Factor on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. The curious culture geek in you won't want to miss it. Music has always been humanity's most direct pathway to emotion. But Billie Eilish has mastered the art of emotional architecture in ways that seem almost supernatural. Her ability to craft songs that speak directly to specific emotional states isn't accidental. It's the result of deeply understanding the human condition and translating those insights into sonic experiences. Consider the empowerment anthem that is "Bury a Friend." While the lyrics might initially come across as dark and haunting, a closer listen reveals a deeper message of finding inner strength. The electrifying rhythmic beats are anything but passive. They compel you to move, to uplift your spirits. This track serves as a source of motivation, providing that burst of energy exactly when you need it most. Then there's Ocean Eyes, a song that captures the overwhelming sensation of complete infatuation. It's astonishing to think that Finneas crafted this song at just 18 years old, and Billie, at only 14, managed to convey its intense emotions with such authenticity. This ethereal ballad captures the feeling of being mesmerized by someone's eyes, while remaining deeply enchanted by their entire being. For those mornings when you need fearless energy, Bad Guy stands as perhaps Billie's most iconic track. This contemporary masterpiece, produced with finesse by Billie and Finneas, stands out with its audacity, playful lyrics, and irresistibly catchy tune. It's perfect for that moment when you realize you've moved past someone who never truly mattered, someone who was all facade, and you're finally indifferent to them. You Should See Me in a Crown functions as pure confidence fuel. Whether you're dealing with workplace challenges, recovering from an ex's new relationship, or facing personal struggles, this song serves as a call to action, urging you to rise above and seize the day with confidence and determination. The masterpiece, When the Party's Over, demonstrates Billie's gift for meaningful ambiguity. Like many of her songs, the poetry in her lyrics leaves room for personal interpretation. Whether it's a job, a faltering friendship, a romantic relationship, or even an actual party, this track encourages you to recognize when a chapter has ended and reassures you that it's okay to walk away when it's time to move on. For times of heartache, She's Broken delivers emotional depth with Billie's unusually powerful and assertive vocals. The song narrates the sorrow of a girl left heartbroken, while the boy who hurt her seems unaffected. as listeners navigate their own heartache. This track becomes a comforting anthem, allowing them to embrace their emotions and find solace in the music. And then there's Bellyache, a fascinating study in juxtaposition with its dark lyrics and upbeat, joyful guitar melody. Despite its somber themes, the melody provides an unexpected pick-me-up, encouraging a sense of reckless abandon and freedom. What makes Billie's emotional architecture so powerful is her ability to provide a soundtrack for navigating life's ups and downs, offering comfort, empowerment, and a sense of connection that transcends typical pop music formulas. August 11th, 2017 marked this date in music history. This was when Billie Eilish officially released Don't Smile at Me, an 8-track EP that would fundamentally alter the trajectory of her career and influence an entire generation of music lovers. The EP launch party at the hi-hat was electric with possibility. Billie exuded happiness as friends and fans arrived stylishly clad in red or yellow, a color coordination that would become part of the evening's entertainment. During the performance of Copycat, Billie attempted to divide the audience based on their attire colors, encouraging them to imitate each other's dance moves. The atmosphere was festive, complete with free candy and a trendy photo booth featuring the now iconic red ladder. Billie herself donned a distinctive padded orange gilet, while Finneas sported a super cool look with a t-shirt emblazoned with "Too young to go to jail" around the collar, a cheeky nod to his 20 years of age. Together, they delivered a dynamic short set featuring tracks from the EP, enthralling the packed crowd. The community spirit was infectious, and Billie even made playful references to Henry, the inspiration behind My Boy, who attended the event. But let's talk about the music itself. Don't Smile at Me comprised 8 tracks that showcased both recent singles and beloved unreleased material. It included Ocean Eyes and Bellyache, alongside 2 previously unrecorded tracks that fans had enjoyed during live performances. Party Favor rapidly became a live favorite, and for good reason. Departing from the brooding and synth-heavy tone of the EP's other songs, this was an upbeat tune characterized by Billie's playful ukulele strumming and an old-timey clickety-clack backbeat. Yet the song's sweetness was undercut by Billie's cheeky decision to dump her boyfriend through a voice message on his birthday, a savage move that illustrated her fearless approach to songwriting. The suggestion that he could call her back, but by then he'd likely be blocked, demonstrated the sharp wit that would become her trademark. The other new composition, Hostage, rounded off the EP with its love song structure delivered through Billie's calm and tender voice. But this was no ordinary ballad. It juxtaposed its gentle form with subtle dark undertones revealed through the chorus's depiction of crawling inside a boy's veins and the hostage metaphor of holding someone against their will. Hostage further established Billie's preference for crafting unordinary songs that challenge conventional romantic narratives. Billie herself joked about her songwriting process, explaining that she never penned songs professing traditional love. Instead, they typically conveyed messages like, "I hate you," or "You make me hate me." A brutally honest approach that resonated with listeners tired of saccharine pop confessions. This collection marked the completion of an era that began with a track composed in her bedroom and uploaded to SoundCloud, culminating 18 months later with the release of a cohesive body of work by an international record label. The songs varied stylistically and thematically, yet bore the distinctive hallmarks of Billie Eilish's artistry. Her lyrics often delved into darker themes and, although maturely composed, retained an essence of youthful sentimentality. Though it would take another year for Don't Smile at Me to climb music charts significantly, Billie already boasted rising recognition that spanned beyond the United States to include the United Kingdom, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. Some critics labeled her work gloom pop, interpreting it as overly melancholy, but most celebrated the diversity in her lyrical and stylistic approaches. The EP received unanimous appreciation for its cleverly crafted lyrics, Billie's versatile vocal range, and her remarkable ability to harmonize with Finneas. Critics and fans alike marveled at this debut EP, acknowledging the exceptional talent Billie displayed as a 15-year-old songwriter and performer. They anticipated that her evident raw talent would only continue to flourish. And they were absolutely right. Every artist's career is punctuated by collaborations that either elevate or define their trajectory. For Billie Eilish, the collaboration with Khalid on Lovely marked a significant milestone that showcased her growth as an artist and her ability to hold her own alongside established talents. This collaboration represented something genuinely different from her previous work with Vince Staples on and Burn, which had featured merely an additional verse. Lovely was a genuine duet with Khalid, an artist who was rapidly gaining recognition at the time, boasting 3 songs in the top 20 and a major hit alongside Logic. His debut album, American Teen, had a strong presence on the Billboard 200, in stark contrast to Eilish's Don't Smile at Me, which stood at 144. The partnership wasn't engineered by record executives. It emerged from genuine mutual respect and admiration between two friends who recognized each other's artistic talents. Lovely gained further attention in May when it was included in the soundtrack for an episode of the second season of the popular series, 13 Reasons Why. Its popularity solidified even more following its sampling in Juice WRLD's top 5 album, Goodbye and Good Riddance. The song's music video, accumulating substantial views on YouTube, was released a week after the single. Directed by Taylor Cohen, who had previously worked with acts like The Saturdays and Nicki Minaj, the video was a visual representation of Billie's artistic vision. She was actively involved in the conceptualization, envisioning a narrative where she and Khalid are enclosed in a glass box surrounded by water and ice. This slow, melancholic dance inside the box symbolized a poignant sense of isolation, even though they were together. Both artists donned black attire with Khalid adorning silver chains, but Billie stood out covered in multiple chains of varying lengths and weights. She later recounted the challenges of wearing this elaborate costume in New Zealand's Sniffers magazine, describing how it affected her movement and would elicit concern from those around her. The chains encircled her neck, arms, and even draped over her feet, making movement cumbersome but creating a powerful visual metaphor. On the charts, Lovely emerged as Billie's breakthrough hit, reaching number 78 on the Billboard Hot 100 and gaining international traction. In Australia and New Zealand, regions known for their enthusiasm for Billie, it broke into the top 5. The song also garnered significant airplay in countries like Canada, the UK, Austria, the Netherlands, Norway, and Sweden, steadily climbing in the rankings. The collaboration's success was further validated during a live performance at the Governor's Ball Music Festival in New York City's Randall's Island Park in June. During her set, Billie welcomed Khalid to the stage for a riveting performance of Lovely, which was heralded as one of the festival's standout moments. The song's success propelled it into the spotlight beyond Billie's typical audience, allowing her to reach new listeners and solidify her status as a rising star. This collaboration demonstrated her ability to adapt her unique style to work alongside other artists while maintaining her distinctive identity. Dreams have a peculiar way of materializing when talent meets opportunity. For Billie Eilish and Finneas, the dream of contributing to one of cinema's most iconic franchises, James Bond, had been a long-held aspiration they eagerly communicated to their team. The opportunity presented itself in an almost storybook fashion when they met Bond producer Barbara Broccoli at their show in Ireland in August 2019. This meeting would set the stage for the realization of an ambitious goal that seemed almost too good to be true. Barbara Broccoli provided them with the script for No Time to Die's opening scene and the monumental task of composing a piece that would resonate with both her and Daniel Craig fell to the siblings. This wasn't just any commission. This was the chance to contribute to a legacy spanning over half a century. Interestingly, their creative process hit an unexpected snag. While on tour, they had access to state-of-the-art studio facilities, but this typical studio environment, equipped with cutting-edge production tools, surprisingly proved to be a creative hurdle for the duo. The formal setting seemed to stifle their natural collaborative flow, It was only later, during a tour stop in Texas and within the confines of their tour bus, that the essence of No Time to Die began to crystallize. Billie noted how, both consciously and subconsciously, they had been preparing to write a Bond theme their entire lives. Sometimes the most iconic music emerges from the most unexpected places. The song they created was a masterful blend of familiar and revolutionary. It unfolded with their signature minimalistic synth sounds, featuring Billie's characteristic whisper singing and lyrics speaking of lies and deceit, themes that align perfectly with the seduction, secrecy, and danger synonymous with the legendary secret agent. But No Time to Die also broke new ground for the duo. The track introduced elements previously unheard in their music: guitar chord progressions, discordant brass sections, and the dramatic swell of an orchestra. Perhaps most remarkably, it featured Billie delivering powerful diva-like vocals that showcased a range and intensity she had never displayed before. The song's conclusion paid brilliant homage to Monty Norman's original Bond theme, finishing with a distinctive minor ninth chord. This wasn't mere imitation. It was a sophisticated musical conversation spanning generations, honoring tradition while asserting a bold new voice. Billie first performed No Time to Die live at the Brit Awards in a performance that was nothing short of cinematic. The stage featured not only Finneas, but also the accompaniment of a full orchestra, led by the esteemed composer Hans Zimmer and former Smiths guitarist Johnny Marr. The performance was a testament to how far she had traveled from that 14-year-old sitting beside her brother at an intimate Sofar sound show. The song's impact was immediate and historic. It quickly achieved the status of Billie's first #1 hit in the UK and became only the second Bond theme ever to top the charts. This wasn't just commercial success, it was cultural validation of the highest order. The achievement represented a culmination of artistic growth. The Grammys had celebrated Billie's recording prowess. The Oscars had affirmed her as one of the premier performers of her time. And now her contribution to the Bond franchise further cemented her status as an iconic figure in pop music. This milestone opened doors to even greater recognition. In March 2020, she graced the cover of American Vogue magazine, securing a place on the front of the world's most renowned fashion publication. Yet another barrier broken, another ceiling shattered. Music often serves as our most profound way of processing grief. And for Billie Eilish, the loss of a friend would lead to one of her most emotionally raw performances. At the opening show of her tour at the Fox Theater in Oakland, California, she decided to perform a special new song that she had yet to share with the world, a song with deep personal significance. After leaving the stage, Billie returned for an encore and sat down at the piano. Before beginning, she explained to the audience that the song was dedicated to a person who had maintained a powerful presence in her life. Regardless of what chaos surrounded him, he had been a source of comfort and stability for Billie, making her feel at peace during turbulent times. As Billie began the poignant ballad, the theater fell silent, allowing the emotion of her performance to resonate throughout the space. The delicate atmosphere was briefly interrupted when a microphone unexpectedly dropped, causing Billie to burst into laughter. With characteristic humor and grace, she remarked, "We've got to get sad again," before starting the song anew, immersing the crowd once more in the somber yet heartfelt melody of love and loss. At the conclusion of the performance, Billie was visibly moved. Finneas embraced her as she wiped away tears, and then Billie crossed her arms in an X over her chest. This gesture was a tribute to her friend, the late rapper XXX Tentacion, whose real name was Jose Onfroy. The song she performed was titled 6.18.18, marking the date of XXXX Tentacion's death, which had occurred nearly 4 months prior to the performance. XX Tentacion's significance in the landscape of SoundCloud rap, a fusion of hip-hop, trap, and rock that gained massive popularity online, cannot be understated. Despite the controversies that shadowed his career, he had experienced profound success. His track, Look at Me, was launched on SoundCloud when he was only 17 and peaked on the Hot 100 in early 2017. His subsequent albums, 17 and Sebri, solidified his position at the top of charts in the US and globally. However, his life and career were marred by legal issues and accusations of violent behavior, including significant charges of gun possession, violence, and domestic abuse. Tragically, on June 18, 2018, at the age of 20, XXXTentacion was killed in a robbery. Despite his controversial legacy, Billie viewed him through a different lens. She referred to him affectionately as Jaw and valued him for the emotional support he provided her. His passing was a deeply personal loss, as evidenced by her heartfelt Instagram post on the day of his death, expressing her love and pain over his departure. She later described him as a beam of light who continuously aimed to help others, capturing the positive influence he had on her life. Billie's public mourning wasn't without backlash. Her admiration for XXXTentacion drew criticism from those who highlighted his violent history. Nonetheless, she stood resolute in her beliefs, defending her right to grieve her friend in an interview with the New York Times. "I want to be able to mourn. I don't want to be shamed for it. I don't think I deserve getting hate for loving someone that passed." She maintained that her relationship with him was personal and profound, emphasizing the importance of separating her grief from the controversies that surrounded his life. The song 6.18.18 was intended as a one-time tribute, perhaps due to the sensitive nature surrounding the rapper or the personal closure it provided her. Though she never performed it publicly again, the raw and heartfelt moment was captured and shared on platforms like YouTube, where it continues to evoke strong emotions and serves as a testament to the complexity of human relationships and the power of music to process loss. In an industry obsessed with image, Billie Eilish didn't just carve out her own aesthetic, she revolutionized what it means to be a young female artist in the public eye. Her approach to fashion became both armor and statement, protecting her while challenging societal expectations. The fashion industry holds deep admiration for Billie, particularly for her distinct and idiosyncratic style. During the Oscars red carpet event, where she performed a breathtaking rendition of the Beatles' Yesterday, alongside Finneas for the In Memoriam segment, she donned a custom-made Chanel outfit consisting of white baggy trousers and an oversized jacket prominently displaying the iconic Chanel logo. Billie's relationship with high fashion extends beyond single appearances. She has been affiliated with prestigious fashion brands like the British fashion house Burberry, which has crafted outfits specifically for her appearances on red carpets globally. One cannot overlook the significance of details, like her nails as part of her overall aesthetic. Those memorable long nails adorned with Burberry print that she showcased at the Brit Awards became iconic in their own right. But Billie's fashion influence extends beyond wearing designer pieces. She has ventured into the fashion world independently, selling her own Bloche merchandise, including clothing and accessories, through her website. This entrepreneurial move enabled fans to incorporate a touch of Billie's aesthetic into their own style, democratizing her fashion influence. Billie has consistently been vocal about her passion for bold and noticeable fashion choices. She has always gravitated toward dressing in a manner that demands attention, expressing her desire to be noticed and stand out from conventional expectations. In a revealing Calvin Klein video from May 2019, Billie opened up about her preference for baggy clothing, sharing the deeper motivation behind her choices. She revealed her intention to avoid judgment based on her body, choosing not to showcase her physical form to prevent the pressures and assumptions that inevitably follow. This wasn't just about comfort. It was about maintaining control over how she was perceived and discussed. However, Billie has also hinted at the possibility of completely changing her image in the future. The element of surprise remains constant with her, following a trend seen among iconic female pop stars like Madonna and Taylor Swift, who have mastered the art of reinvention throughout their careers. For Billie, fashion serves as a crucial medium for self-expression. Her underlying philosophy leans heavily on wearing what brings personal joy rather than adhering to societal expectations or fleeting trends. This approach emphasizes the importance of self-expression through attire, encouraging individuals to use every day as an opportunity to showcase their personality and uniqueness. The mantra, "Be bad, be bold, be Billie," encapsulates this essence perfectly, dressing according to one's own desires while dismissing societal dictates or the need for external validation. This philosophy extends beyond clothing choices to encompass a broader approach to authenticity and self-determination. Billie's fashion choices have demonstrated that style can be both protective and expressive, challenging industry norms while inspiring countless fans to embrace their own unique aesthetic choices. Her impact on fashion culture extends far beyond red carpets and magazine covers. It's about fundamentally changing the conversation around young women's autonomy over their own image and identity. Perhaps no aspect of Billie's journey illustrates the complexities of modern fame more clearly than her navigation of society's impossible standards for young women. Her experience exposes the disturbing contradictions that young female artists face in an industry and culture obsessed with controlling women's bodies and sexuality. Our society continues to grapple with deeply troubling notions of attractiveness and behavioral standards for young women. Women, especially those in the public eye, find themselves caught in an impossible paradox, simultaneously sexualized and expected to maintain an image of purity. This double standard became particularly evident in Billie's experience as a teenage pop star thrust into the harsh spotlight of public scrutiny. In 2019, Billie made the conscious choice to wear baggy clothes as a means of evading the pervasive sexualization imposed by both the music industry and broader culture. Despite her deliberate efforts to control her image, she found herself at the mercy of media obsession with her body, when a simple photograph of her in a tank top sparked a storm of sexualized speculation. This incident perfectly illustrated the impossible position young women face. No matter what choices they make, their bodies become sites of public debate and consumption. The contradictions became even more apparent as Billie matured into legal adulthood. When she appeared on the cover of British Vogue in a corset, asserting her own agency and presenting herself as she chose, she faced significant backlash and lost a staggering 100,000 followers on Instagram. This response illuminated a troubling societal attitude. It appears acceptable to objectify a woman without her consent, but problems arise the moment she chooses to express her sexuality openly. The backlash revealed an ongoing societal obsession with the supposed sexual innocence of women, a concept rooted in antiquated ideas that persist despite claims of social progress. In contemporary society, young, sexually inexperienced women are frequently placed in roles that invite sexual objectification. Whether in historical contexts or modern settings like pop stardom or fashion modeling, there seems to be discomfort or backlash when women directly challenge or reclaim this objectifying gaze. The notion of purity continues to influence perceptions of attractiveness, even after a woman's initial sexual experiences. Society becomes preoccupied with women's sexual histories, arbitrarily deciding on acceptable limits beyond which a woman's worth is supposedly diminished. Even in our increasingly accepting world of diverse relationships, the focus on women's sexual history predominantly revolves around heterosexual encounters, while same-sex experiences are often disregarded or paradoxically celebrated. While society imagines itself to have moved beyond rigid religious doctrines dictating propriety, we nevertheless cling to notions of purity derived from those very beliefs, albeit masked in contemporary justifications. This represents an opportunity for change. By choosing to defy this constructed paradigm that disadvantages women, we can foster a landscape that embraces diverse representations of beauty and reduces its overbearing importance in women's lives. Billie's experience serves as a powerful case study in these dynamics. Her journey from baggy clothes to high fashion choices demonstrates the impossible standards young women face and the courage required to maintain authenticity in the face of relentless scrutiny. Understanding these complexities helps explain why Billie's approach to image and fashion became so revolutionary. She wasn't just making aesthetic choices, She was navigating a minefield of societal expectations while trying to maintain her artistic integrity and personal autonomy. 1 year after Ocean Eyes changed everything, Billie Eilish finally had the chance to perform Fred Diaz's choreography for the song, which was, ironically, the initial reason she had recorded it in the first place. In January 2017, she uploaded a dance performance video to YouTube, completing a circle that had begun with her injury-preventing absence from dance. After spending a year unable to dance due to that injury, Billie was determined to be part of this project. She took center stage in a dance that exuded fluidity and emotion, perfectly aligning with the song's tone. Accompanying her in the video were friends she cherished dancing with during classes, a reminder of the collaborative spirit that had always defined her artistic journey. By then, her life had taken a dramatic turn toward her burgeoning singing career. While she remained largely unrecognized on the streets, her presence on the internet was rapidly expanding. Many who connected with her music were unaware of her young age, treating her like any established adult musician, a testament to the maturity and sophistication of her artistic output. She expressed the surreal nature of these experiences to Dash Radio, saying, "It's really hard to process everything when that much is going on. It's weird because I see my name, Billie Eilish, mentioned by artists like Black Bear, and I don't realize it's me. I have to remind myself, oh, they're talking about me, not just a name I hear." This disconnect between her internal sense of self and her growing public persona captures something essential about rapid artistic ascension. Success can feel simultaneously personal and abstract, real and dreamlike. Meanwhile, her concert experiences were tracing their own remarkable trajectory. In autumn 2015, Billie had attended her first significant concert with Finneas, Watching the Neighborhood, an American rock band with notable hip-hop influences, perform at the expansive Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles. She was just a fan then, absorbing the energy and spectacle of live performance. Fast forward to 2019, and Billie returned triumphantly to that same venue, this time performing to packed houses at 2 sold-out shows of her own. The journey had come full circle in the most spectacular way possible, showcasing a remarkable evolution fueled by her love of music, her artistic integrity, and her willingness to challenge conventions. This transformation, from audience member to headliner at the same venue, represents more than just career progression. It symbolizes the realization of dreams through authentic artistic expression, the power of staying true to one's vision, and the magic that happens when talent meets opportunity and persistence. As we reach the conclusion of this remarkable journey, it's worth reflecting on the broader implications of Billie Eilish's story. Her career demonstrates something profound about the benefits of creative expression, not just for those who achieve commercial success, but for anyone willing to engage with their artistic impulses. The essence of Billie's journey can be captured in the phrase, "Be bad, be bold, be Billie." Activities like dancing and singing offer numerous health and wellness benefits that extend far beyond entertainment. They contribute to improving coordination and muscle tone, enhance flexibility, boost strength, and provide cardiovascular training. Moreover, engaging in these art forms helps alleviate stress levels and provides crucial emotional outlets. Billie's multifaceted approach to creativity, blending music, dance, and visual art, might account for why she appears so talented and confident. While not everyone may possess vocal prowess akin to Billie's or excel in dance and songwriting, creativity presents itself in diverse ways. Some people find their expression through performing arts, while others excel in writing, language, or science. No matter the medium, every person has the right to express themselves creatively, provided they don't harm others. Singing, in particular, offers a multitude of health benefits that don't depend on one's ability to hit high notes. Research conducted by the University of Gothenburg, Sweden, highlighted that when choir members sing together, their heartbeats synchronize, delivering a calming effect similar to that achieved through yoga. Dr. Björn Vikhoff, who led the study, pointed out that singing encourages regular, controlled breathing, facilitating relaxation, and potentially offering heart health benefits. The stereotype of choirs as exclusive to church halls is outdated. Singing groups have surged in popularity and diversity, with many cities hosting choirs catering to various interests, including rock and pop focuses or special groups for LGBTQ+ individuals. These choirs serve as wonderful platforms to meet new people and join community activities. For those who shy away from singing publicly, there are countless other hobbies and activities to explore that offer similar benefits and joy. The key is finding creative outlets that align with personal comfort and interests. Billie's story reminds us that artistic expression isn't just about achieving fame or commercial success. It's about finding authentic ways to communicate our inner experiences, connect with others, and navigate the complexities of human emotion. Her journey from a 4-year-old composing songs about black holes to a global icon breaking barriers in music, fashion, and culture demonstrates the transformative power of staying true to one's artistic vision. Initially, Billie and Finneas posted their music on SoundCloud with minimal expectations. Their intent was casual sharing among friends, with little anticipation of garnering substantial attention. Yet, their authentic approach, combined with genuine talent and unwavering artistic integrity, led to millions of plays and global recognition. This serves as a powerful reminder that the most impactful art often emerges from the most sincere places, not from calculated attempts to achieve fame, but from honest expressions of human experience. The rise of Billie Eilish isn't just a success story, it's a masterclass in authentic artistic expression. The courage to challenge conventions, and the power of staying true to yourself in a world that often demands conformity. From that 14-year-old sitting beside her brother at an intimate performance to the global icon breaking barriers across music, fashion, and culture, Billie's journey reminds us that the most revolutionary act is often simply being yourself. I'm your host, Sonia Lambert, and this has been Fame Factor. Thanks for joining me as we peeled back the layers of fame to reveal the surprising ways it has shaped our world. If today's episode got you thinking differently about what it means to be famous or infamous, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you're tuning in from. And if you're craving more quick, fascinating dives into the rise of icons, the power of public image, and the cultural moments that made people unforgettable, check out Skoob, your AI-powered podcast studio app. Download it now from the App Store or Play Store and start exploring the world of fame faster, deeper, and smarter. Until next time, remember, behind every famous name is a story that shaped the spotlight.